Hello everyone and welcome to Scott J Plays. My name is Scott, and today, in honor of the Nintendo Switch's 1-year anniversary, I'm going to be showing you what's on my Switch. That's right, the Switch was released 1 year ago today, and in that time, if you factor in the fact that no one's rushing out to give me free download codes, I think I've accumulated a pretty impressive library of games. We're 1 year into the Switch, and so many people I know still only have Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild. It seems to me that people genuinely don't know how many great titles are available on the platform. So, without further ado, welcome to the most original video of all time, and let's take a look at what's on my Switch. Okay, right off the bat, we've got Super Mario Odyssey. Most fun I've had with a Mario game since Galaxy. Game of the Year contender 2017. Celeste. I absolutely adore this game. I did a full playthrough on my channel. Insanely fun and challenging platformer with an excellent story to boot. This game is an early contender for Game of the Year 2018 for me, and I don't see it being usurped anytime soon. Doom. This game is just so much fun. I have a PS4 and a pretty decent gaming PC. I could have bought this on other platforms, but to be able to lay in bed and play this thing handheld, just trying to beat your high score in arcade mode, or hopping online for some team deathmatch, I just couldn't resist. It may not perform as well as the other versions, but I still can't recommend this game enough. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. What can I say about this game that hasn't been said already? It was just an absolute pleasure to play. Hands down, Game of the Year 2017, and a serious contender for the best video game I've ever played. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Bayonetta 2. I never owned a Wii U, so getting the chance to play these on Switch is great for me. Mario Kart is as great as it's ever been, and I'm just starting my way through a Bayonetta 2 playthrough, and I'm loving it so far. Payday 2. Another one that's available on other platforms, and arguably a much better purchase elsewhere, but I'm always looking to add to my multiplayer options on Switch. I made a video about this too, so let's just say that the Switch version is a perfectly capable port. Just make sure you've got Discord open, so you can communicate with your friends while playing, otherwise you might be in for a pretty frustrating experience. Dandara and Dragon Quest Builders. Two games I just very recently bought. I can't resist a good platformer in Dandara, and I'll admit that Dragon Quest Builders isn't a game I was all that anxious to play, but I booted it up last night just to see what it was all about, and ended up playing for a few hours when I really should have been sleeping. Guns, Gore, and Cannoli. Just a ridiculous zombie shooter gangster game. I already own this on Steam, but I couldn't resist double dipping on this one. It's just so much fun and I wanted it handheld. Disc Jam. One of those games where you boot it up on launch day and hop online, and somehow everyone is already insanely good at it. They must have been practicing on PC, or maybe I'm just terrible at it. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I know this is divisive, so please don't hate me, but I can't stand the battle system in this. Having said that, I still sunk a ton of hours into it, so don't let that deter you. It's still a great game. Stardew Valley. Oh man. With the exception of Breath of the Wild, I think I've put the most hours into this game. I turned it on before bed, thinking I'd just water some plants and milk some cows before crashing for the night, and before I knew it, I'd be 80 levels deep in the mines looking for materials at 2 in the morning. It's just so addictive. If you don't have this game yet, fix that right away. It'll Do Too. Fun little Zelda clone. Overcooked. This is one of the most fun couch co-ops I've ever played. A friend and I got together once a week for a while and just tore through it. Hectic and stressful and so much fun. Golf Story was one of the first eShop purchases I made, and it's well worth the price. Solid RPG, and even just playing the golf after you've beaten the story is pretty fun. Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. Love me some platformers, and these are all excellent ones. Outlast. Haven't played this one yet because I'm a giant baby and I'm scared of playing horror games. Might make for a good video series though. Let me know in the comments if you'd want to see that. Splatoon 2 and Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Two pretty early Switch releases. Splatoon 2 is a great game if you can stomach having to sit through that opening unskippable news segment every time you boot the damn game up. And Mario plus Rabbids is a solid turn-based tactical RPG if you're into that sort of thing. Binding of Isaac has been around forever it seems like, but if you're looking to get it on the go, then this version is for you. Sonic Mania. Such a good game. Gave me flashbacks of going to my aunt and uncle's house on Christmas and just playing Sonic on my older cousin's Sega in the basement. The End Is Nigh and Super Meat Boy. Two insanely challenging controller-throwing platformers, and I love them both so much. Malacca and Fae, two games that I've barely even booted up, but I'm planning on doing some gameplay showcases for both of them ASAP. Owlboy and Aegis Defenders. I did some gameplay showcases for both of these games. I recommend Owlboy over Defenders personally, but both are pretty solid games. Enter the Gungeon is a dungeon crawling shoot 'em up type game that I am really terrible at, but it is incredibly fun nonetheless. Blossom Tales: The Sleeping King. I'm right in the middle of a playthrough of this Zelda clone that has kind of fallen by the wayside as I work to improve my setup and equipment, but I will be getting back to and finishing it very soon. Great game so far. Old Man's Journey and Night in the Woods. Two story-driven interactive type games. I'd highly recommend Night in the Woods, but the jury's still out on Old Man's Journey because I haven't finished it yet. Lego City Undercover. I think I just had some cash to burn and wanted a new Switch game. Nah, it's fun. It's totally worth checking out. Skyrim. There's literally nothing more to be said about this game in 2018. I played it to death on PS3 and I just wanted it portable. Resident Evil Revelations. It had been a while since I played a Resident Evil game of any kind, so I picked this up. Perfectly decent game. Rocket League. Much like Disc Jam, holy hell do I ever get my ass kicked when I go online, but it's a ton of fun to play with friends. Okay, let's power through these last two lines a little faster. Cave Story and Inversus. I purchased both back in the early days when I just wanted more stuff to play on my Switch, and honestly, I stand by both purchases. Great games. Disgaea 5 is definitely a JRPG. Mercenary Kings is a cool little game. 2D side-scrolling shoot 'em up with customizable/upgradable weapons and a whole ton of missions to play. Mighty Gunvolt Burst, another 2D side-scroller, pretty cool game. The Mummy Demastered, a Metroid-style game that is frankly way better than the movie it was made for. Kirby Star Allies demo. Let's call that a placeholder for when I get the full game. I posted a full playthrough of the demo yesterday though, so you can go and check that out if you want. Shu, a pretty cool little platformer. Not as expansive as some of the other options in the genre on the console, but it's a good little game nonetheless. Steam World Dig, a classic. I just wanted it portable. Tiny Metal. I'm honestly not the biggest fan of turn-based attack systems, so this may not have been the best game for me, but I've still managed to enjoy it despite that. The Escapist 2. I've probably sunk the least amount of time into this, but it seems like a really cool game, so I really need to come back to it. And last, and possibly least, I Am Setsuna, a perfectly capable JRPG, but I don't think it's as fully realized as it could have been. Okay, so there you have it. That is every single one of the 48 games that I've added to my collection in the 1 year since the Nintendo Switch was released. If you guys want to see me play through any of those games, be sure to let me know in the comments. Or if you just want me to make a video showcasing some gameplay to help you decide if you want to buy it, I can do that too. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel. I've got plenty more content coming your way. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.